Hi, my name is Heaven, and I want to talk to you all today about how we can improve access and enrollment in Teen Care and Cover Kids for children in mixed status families. And by mixed status families, I mean children who are in mixed immigration, mixed citizenship families. And this is a particularly crucial conversation to have at this point in time because 1 in 4 children have an immigrant parent. When we look at the uninsured rates, we see for children who have two citizen parents, their uninsured rate is 5%. However, children who have at least one immigrant parent, their uninsured rate is 9%. Both these children are citizens, so the same coverage options are available to them. So we must really look at the barriers that are in place that are stopping these children who have immigrant families from getting coverage. And when we add in children who have lawful permanent residency status, the uninsured rate goes up to 21%. And then when we look at undocumented children, that uninsured rate is 35%. These are all children. They should all be able to have coverage and be set up for healthy future. So let's talk about some different coverage options available to children who are in mixed immigration status families and who are in immigrant families. Teen Care is Tennessee's Medicaid program, and Cover Kids is Tennessee's CHIP. Both of these programs are available to U.S. citizens, U.S. nationals, as well as qualified non-citizens. I want to make sure I note that when you apply for these programs, you only have to provide the Social Security number and citizenship documentation for those applying for coverage in the household. You do not have to provide it for anyone in the household that is not applying for coverage. When we talk about qualified non-citizens, this is a complex term and a lot of immigrants fall under it. However, there are a few restrictions placed on some of the immigrants who fall into this category. Probably the biggest one that you might have heard about is the 5-year bar. This basically says that lawful permanent residents / green card holders must hold the status for 5 continuous years before they are eligible to apply and be approved for Teen Care and Cover Kids. This also applies to Families First / TANF and SSI. Another restriction is that for some refugees, asylees, Afghan and Iraqi citizens who are granted special immigration status, and a few other groups are only allowed to have Teen Care or Cover Kids or even SSI for 7 years. Once they reach that 7-year mark, they must be a U.S. citizen, a lawful permanent resident, or associated with the U.S. Armed Forces for their coverage to continue. I will note that if they become a lawful permanent resident, they are not subject to the 5-year bar. I also want to note that for the qualified non-citizen category, it does not include undocumented non-citizens. These undocumented non-citizens are also not eligible for premium assistance or cost sharing assistance on the federal marketplace. However, they can get private insurance through a family member's employer if that is available. Other health coverage options I want to note is that Cover Kids is available to pregnant women regardless of immigration status. It is available for the duration of the pregnancy plus 60 days postpartum. Another thing available is emergency medical services. This is Medicaid available to those who meet all the financial requirements for Teen Care, but due to their citizenship status, they do not qualify for the program. It will cover any life-saving procedures outside of organ transplants. Additionally, I do want to make sure I mention that for children who have special healthcare needs, they may be able to get children's special services, which has income requirements, but it does not have any citizenship requirements. One of the first things that Tennessee can do to improve access and enrollment for mixed status families on Teen Care and Cover Kids is to remove the 5-year bar. I just talked about what it is. It is not necessary, and states already have the option to waive the 5-year bar for pregnant women and children. 35 states, yes, 35 states have already waived this requirement for pregnant women and or children. Something else we can do is just cover all children. 7 states already do this. They are using state funds to cover all children in public health insurance programs, regardless of that child's immigration status. And 5 other states have submitted legislation to start pursuing this. And this is an amazing step forward and a great way to improve access and enrollment for all children in public health programs and making sure no child is going uninsured, and really sets all children up for success regardless of their background, their immigration status. So that is something Tennessee should definitely look into pursuing. It'll be a step in the right direction as we go towards combating the chilling effect left out their public charge. Finally, to truly improve access to teen care and cover kids, as well as many other public benefits, we need to combat the chilling effect. The chilling effect can be described as the increased hesitancy and decreased enrollment and use of public benefits by immigrants and their families out of fear of negative consequences. The 2019 public charge rule exacerbated this. Matter of fact, in 2020, 1 in 5 adults in immigrant families with children reported that they or a family member avoided non-cash government assistance because of immigration concerns. The 2019 public charge rule had proposed that the usage of Head Start, CHIP, Medicaid, SNAP, WIC, and other government assistance could be used in deciding if someone could become a lawful permanent resident of the United States or if a non-citizen could even be admitted into the United States. People were scared to enroll their children in public benefit programs. They were afraid that if they did, they would be deported or they would be denied a green card. Matter of fact, the families that needed the most help were the most hesitant to get it. Thankfully, in 2019, the public charge rule was vacated and 1999 field guidance was re-implemented. Now, the only thing used in public charge determinations is the usage of cash assistance for income maintenance or the usage of long-term care that is paid for by Medicaid. Furthermore, for us to continue combating the chilling effect, we need to make sure people are informed on what benefits are available to them, what the revocation of public charge means, and we need to give them relentless empathy because they were affected by this rule and people continue to experience the chilling effect. Thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please check out our upcoming webinar on October 12th at 6 p.m. Central with the Tennessee Immigration and Refugee Rights Coalition, as well as the Tennessee chapter of the American Academy of Pediatrics. We'll be talking more about what public charge is, what it was, as well as talking more about the chilling effect and the impact it had on child enrollment in teen care and cover kids, as well as what providers were seeing on their end. So if you'd like to learn more, feel free to check out the webinar. You'll see the link on the screen. Thank you.